Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's the United Way for Summer Transfer Bargains. Joining me today is Rahul. Rahul, how are you doing?
I'm fine, man. How are you?
I'm good. The season's over. Transfer window is upon us soon enough. So I suppose I'm pretty sure people know what transfer bargains are. We look for good bargains out there. Maybe you don't have to sign them, but it's our opinions on summer transfer bargains. So Rahul, if you want to get us stuck into it, why not?
Yeah. So my first summer bargain is this guy called Ryan Cherky. That's
Yeah.
Ryan Cherki. So the guy is 18 years old. He's 176 centimeters, about 5'8", 5'9". He's 2 foot. He's a 2-footed player, and you could get him for between, say, 10 to 15 million euros, I'd say. He plays for Olympic Lyon,
Oh
and
yeah.
he's a right winger, and he's contracted till 2022. So for me, definitely, this is a guy who's a definite bargain. He he's good on both feet, so you could probably position him on the left as well, and he's really adaptable and good at crossing and assists.
Yeah, he sounds good. Ron Cherky. Ron Cherky was the name, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard of him before. Especially if you play FIFA, you get a lot of people buying him. So he seems to be good. He seems to be quick as
Yeah.
well. He seems to be a quick
He's
player.
he's really quick. He's explosive, and the best part of it is he's so cheap.
Yeah.
Within 15 million euros. So if you
Yeah.
convert that to pounds, you could imagine.
Could be a bit less.
Yeah.
And he's a winger.
Yeah, and he's contracted till 2022.
Oh,
So
so it's coming to an end.
Yeah. So you're gonna get him on a cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard of him. Again, we know Manchester United were lacking wingers with what happened to Mason Greenwood and a few players leaving now in the summer, like Matze, Lingard, the likes. He seems to be a very good player, but he's young, he's cheap, he's a winger. It's all you need, and I'm pretty sure. What was his height again?
He's 176 centimeters tall.
So in
probably 5'9", 5'8".
I mean, I suppose he's not tall, but he's fast and he's skillful and he's cheap. It's what we lacking. It's what we lacking.
Yeah, and it's what United need right now because we don't have a right winger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's a player, he plays for Brighton. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm gonna say. He's 1.63 meters. He's a right back. He's 21 years of age, and it's Tariq Lamptey.
Yeah.
16.20 million pounds. So, and he's honestly, I would like Tariq Lamptey. He's a right back. He can be a right wing back as well. Again, he hasn't won much trophies, but let's just say he could probably be better than Wan-Bissaka and could probably do a bit more than Wan-Bissaka. Again, at the heights isn't the best. He's probably a bit smaller than Cherky, but Tariq Lamptey, would you like him at United or?
I would definitely like him. He's one of these players that are held in high regard.
Yeah.
And Brighton, is a club that you could probably negotiate a good price. We definitely need a right back. Dalot, there's question marks over Dalot. And with Wan-Bissaka, I think he is not going to fit Ten Hag system. So he's going to be one of the players who are leaving this summer. So we definitely need a right back. I would definitely take him.
Yeah, definitely. And as I said, he's young, quick, fast, 16 million pounds. Especially with Manchester United transfer budget. Man, the transfer budget for United is like 120 million. Man United's transfer budget so it's not, he's cheap, isn't he? So 120 million minus 16, it's not a big gap.
And it's 120 million plus whatever sales revenue we earn. You could imagine, it could be like 160 maybe even.
Yeah, that, and then I'm guessing, as you said, we'll sell a few players as well. So,
Yeah.
hopefully we should have nearly 200 million, but again, who knows? I don't
Yeah.
think so, but you never know.
I don't trust. I don't trust United.
No, none of us do at the moment. But Rahul,
Yeah.
any other players in mind that you have for us?
Yeah. So this is another guy. His name is Yusufu Mukuko, if I'm pronouncing it right. He's a guy who plays for Dortmund. He's 17 years of age, and you could get him within 20 million euros. There's a downside to this deal is that the Dortmund have held him in such high regard that they have planned to introduce a buyback clause into his basically transfer. So United are known not to buy players with these buyback clauses.
Yeah.
But for me, he's definitely a player I would get. And if he comes to United and his heart is set on United, then he wouldn't agree to personal terms with Dortmund, so that the buyback clause would be like basically ineffective. So this is a center forward we're talking about. This is a guy who has 140 goals in his youth career. So he has 140 goals in his youth career, and he's just 17 years of age. He's an explosive player. So basically, um, you know, he's one of those forwards you find kind of like a Haaland, really
Yeah.
explosive, a guy who can poach, and for me, if you sign him at just 17 years of age with the amount of goals he scored, he'll be in a perfect, what do you call him, and an option basically for Ronaldo, a guy who's an understudy to Ronaldo, who can learn from Ronaldo. And he's a guy who plays for Dortmund. And Dortmund are known to have these kind of high quality players, if you look at their system. So that's.
How much was he worth again, actually? If you don't.
You could get him if you negotiate properly. You could get him within 20 million euros.
He seems. Yeah, I haven't heard of him. It's the first I've heard of him. I'm not sure if you mentioned him on recent shows, but it's the first I've heard of him.
And this is he's another guy who has I'm not sure about when his contract expires, but I think it's between 22 or 23. So you're probably gonna get him again on a cheap, on a bargain for sure.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, he seems promising. 140 goals in his academy, in the youth. Sorry.
Yeah. In the youth career, he's just 17 years of age right now. He's already scored 140 goals for the youth team.
Yeah, so I mean that's probably the most I've ever heard a youth player score in the academy.
Yeah, you just have to look him up once, and you'd be surprised.
Yeah, so I mean, he's probably a player that's not known, but he's good. He is very good.
I mean, if you're playing for Borussia Dortmund, if you're playing for Borussia Dortmund, he was basically an understudy to Haaland. So right now, as Haaland leaves, Borussia Dortmund, are relying on this guy. I mean, he's just 17 years of age. So United should go for him. I'm sure if United goes.
If you know.
I'm not sure about his height. I think he's probably 175 to 180 meters. Just the average height, you'd say.
Yeah, average height for. So he's a striker, is he?
He's a centre forward.
Yeah, so as you said, as Haaland gone, you definitely would rely on him to score goals. Again, as I said, I haven't heard much of him, but he really, really sounds to be a promising player.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I mean, I suppose I'll move on. I suppose we're on to strikers. I suppose plays for Stuttgart. His height is 2 meters. Centre forward, so that he's about 6'7", I think. As I said, plays for Stuttgart. Sasa Kalajic, if I'm pronouncing his name correct.
I have no clue because I haven't heard of him.
Have you not? Well, we've actually, according to a German journalist that's close to the channel, said that Man United would be interested in buying him. six. I mean, as I said, he's 6'7". Like that's he'd be handy for whipping the ball into the box, get his head onto it.
Yeah, for sure.
He's worth 19 million pounds.
Right,
So,
in euros or pounds? Okay.
pounds, yeah, pounds. So again, you could negotiate for that, or you could stick with it. Also, he's 24 years of age. He's Austrian centre forward. I don't really have his goals, but I've watched him play, and he's quick, tall, aggressive. Again, he plays in the Bundesliga, which as the Bundesliga. Like, no offense to the Bundesliga, but I suppose you could say Dortmund and Bayern really just take over the Bundesliga. I mean, I'll try and look if I can see his goals. I'm not sure. Do you want to show you a photo of him?
Just give me a minute. I'll be back.
Yeah. So he's so far in the Bundesliga, to people watching, he's made 15 appearances. This season, 15 appearances, 6 goals, 2 assists, 2 yellow cards. His percentage of starting 11, 38%, 40% minutes, 20% goal participation. The teams he did play for is Donau Ute. Again, these are all German teams. I don't know often, so if I'm pronouncing them wrong, I apologise. He also played for the Donefeld Ute, the Vienna Ute, Donefeld Ute, Vienna Ute. Then he went to the big stages with Donefeld, Admira, Wacker, and then his total transfer fee was £1.58 million to go to VfB Stuttgart. He's went to them on July 5th, 2019. So he's been playing for the club for about 3 years. As I said, he's worth £19.20 million. He's a right-footed centre forward. His contract expires June 30th, 2023, so next season. For Austria, he's played 13 games and only scored 4 goals. Again, I know I mean, as Rahil said, he hasn't really heard of him, but he's he is good. If you haven't heard of him, I'd recommend checking him out, because he is a good player to have. And obviously we'll wait for Rahil to come back, but it's lacking a lot on strikers, so he definitely would come in handy. And again, listen, who knows? He maybe could be a good player again. But here he is, Rahil. He's back. Right, Rahil.
Yeah.
I talked a bit about Sasa Kalajic. Any other players you have in mind?
Yeah. So there's this guy called Benjamin Sesko. He is a guy who plays for RB Salzburg. So he's 18 years of age. Another centre forward. 1.94 meters tall, and he's Slovenian. So he's again contracted till about 2022, and he's basically an explosive player. So this is another one of these strikers who's like the one I just talked about. So he's one of those players that probably Rangnick holds in high regard. A centre forward playing for Salzburg, and he's another player that I think United should go for. He's a bargain.
Yeah, exactly. How much was he worth again?
He's probably worth within same amount, probably 15 to 20 million euros.
Yeah. Again, as I haven't heard much of him. I've heard of him, but not much of him. If you get me.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I suppose all the players who've named are youth players, but they're good players. They're promising players. We're not. It is summer transfer bargains. We could sit here all night saying this player. we want to kind of go as exciting as we
I
can.
think the thing is Ragnick said it himself. What do the big clubs like Manchester City, Liverpool, even Chelsea, what do? They don't buy ready-made players. They buy players who are up and coming, are hungry to play, to basically make a career at Liverpool or at Man City. They buy these kind of players. So we should be looking to buy the players that are hungry and looking to make a career for themselves, not just the ready-made players who are already set in life.
Yeah, exactly. We all know Eric Ten Hag as well. He likes his youth team. This player, we'll get through as quick as you can because the timers could be coming to an end in the next 15, 20 minutes. But he's plays for Feyenoord, Tyrell Malacia. Do you know him?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He's 22 years of age. He's Dutch. His height is 1.69 meters. He's a left back, and he's worth £10 million. So, and before we actually came on, if I can just read it out, Eric Ten Hag is really interested in Tyrell Malacia. We're Manchester United are very interested in him. As I said, he's Dutch. He's 1.69 meters, so he's. I mean, not sure what that would be.
He's five. That's probably 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah. So again, he's small, but he's 10 million. We're interested in him. He plays for Feyenoord, which is in the Eredivisie. So he's came up against Ajax, Eric Ten Hag's old team a good few times. I mean, would you like Malacia at United, Rahul, or would you maybe go for
definitely? Definitely for me, because Alex Telles is a guy who I just don't rate because he's defensively poor for me. And crossing wise as well, I think he's overrated. His crossing is overrated for me.
Yeah.
He
has his good moments. He has his good moments, but they don't last long, do they?
He can deliver a good ball, but the thing with crossing is it's all about timing. And for me, the timing in the crossing, the ability to understand when to cross is just not there. And defensively is poor as well. I think Luke Shaw is going to be our first choice, but you need someone who's going to come in and be understudy. Brandon Williams, for me, just doesn't cut it. I think we have to let him go for sure. Yeah,
I do. I agree with what you said there. Brandon Williams, you're not gonna. I don't think he'd be in Eric Ten Hag's plans. Telles won't. I think we'll see Telles for another season, and then he'll go. But I do think we'll get Malacia. But I mean, Rahul. I have 2 players left. Again, we don't think. Well, 3 players left, but don't think we'll get through all of them. But do you have any other players that we can get through quick?
Yeah, so I have this final player in mind. This is a guy called Mohammad Ali Cho. So it's like Mohammad and then Ali and then there's a space and then CHO. So he's another center forward. Okay. His contract expires again in 2023. He's French and he plays for the French club called Angers. So you can get him probably within 15 million euros. He's 18 years of age. So the downside to him is he has just 4 goals in 34 appearances. But the thing with him is that he's one of those players where it's not just about goals. It's about overall link up play and overall team play. Basically, I think this is one of those players who starts slow, but progressively over time, he reaches the level that you need him to reach. And for me, he's a guy who's hungry, he's explosive. He works for the team. He's basically classified as a French superstar already at 18 years of age. I think if United can look at him, it'd be really good. 15 million euros, within that.
Exactly, brother. Cheap bargain that seems to be promising. And again, is that your last player that you had in mind?
Yeah, that was my last player.
Right, so I have players I got stuck into. Evan Ndika, he plays for Frankfurt, 22 years of age, French. His height is 1.92 meters, centre back, and He is £25 million, so you can negotiate. I mean, again, I'm not again, Rahul. You seem to be the professional at naming heights here. What height would he be roughly in? He's 1.92 meters, so what height would he be roughly? Would you know?
What was his? Oh,
1.92.
that would be probably around 6'4", 6'5", maybe above that, 6'6".
So it's a good height for a defender. Again, Rahul, would you like Frankfurt?
Yeah.
Would you like Frankfurt? Would you like Ndika, or have you heard of him, or is this the first time you've heard of him?
Yeah. Ndika, Ndika is a guy who is a more commercial player. He's not one of these players who are unheard of. And currently, if you look at the news, we are definitely in links with Ndika, and this is one of the signings who is more probabilistic than the guys that we just mentioned below. 25 million pounds. I think it's not that much money. It's chump change.
You can negotiate.
For United. Yeah, you could negotiate that as well. But for me, even if you're going to pay 25 million pounds, I would still go ahead and do it. Ndika is a guy he's not just rated by a few, a section of the United fan base. This is a guy who probably the majority of this fan base already know of, and for me, he's definitely a guy who United should go for.
Yeah, and if we're gonna get Jurrien Timber, I think we're gonna get Jurrien Timber or Hill. I think we want them. We want Jurrien Timber, and I think Jurrien Timber and Evan Ndika will be a good fit, and then sign a DM and a striker upon that. Again, I have two players left. I'm pretty sure Dean Henderson will head off. He is a goalkeeper. I'm not sure whether he's this keeper would like to be on the bench or not, but he's Leeds goalkeeper Elan Millier.
Right.
£18 million. Height is 1.97 meters, so I think he's taller than Ndika, which is good. Millier, have you heard of him, or is this your first? I'm pretty sure you heard of him.
No, I've heard of him, but it's kind of vague. I don't know much about him.
Yeah. And then I have one more player. He plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. 13 million, French, 1.85 meters, central midfielder. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing this right, but his name is Sadio Kone. Have you heard of him?
No.
Yeah, so
no, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, but again, he's young, he's young. He's plays for Gladbach, if I think I said that. I'll try and get a few stats on.
So is he a CDM? Is he a CDM or a box to box kind of player?
Let me just central midfielder. Yes,
I think it'd be great actually if you sign a CM, but
he also can be defensive midfielder and attacking. So it's not bad. He is on loan.
Yeah, right.
Gladbach is his loan team. I think Gladbach's his loan club. I'm not sure whether it's Toulouse. I think Gladbach is his normal club. His contract expires in 2025, so it's a big gap. So 13 mil could maybe go up a bit more. But yeah, listen, Rahul, any other players in mind, or are we all good?
I had one player, but the guy is probably out of range. That was Harvey Elliott. But I'd love to have him, but the guy's contract is probably expiring like 2026, and he's a Liverpool player. So, I would love to. It was Harvey Elliott.
Oh yeah, again, I don't think we'll ever get him, but you never know.
I know he's a guy who I'd love to have. Exactly. But it's not going to happen. I know.
Yeah. Well, Rahul, that's been the summer transfer bargains. Short, bit interesting. We'll probably have another show of this deep into the summer when things are all busy. Things are all over the place. Again,
Yeah.
this will be out on a Wednesday. So Thursday, which is United News at 7. Friday, Rahil, think of me and you again with Ten Hag's tactical breakdown. We're breaking down his tactics. And then Saturday and Sunday, we can all have a break and all that good stuff. Again, follow all our socials. Follow all our socials to the people watching: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all that good stuff. FIFA Career Modes is out on our Twitch now. I might have had only 2 episodes in, and I might have had already a few rages at it, but it's FIFA at the end of the day. I'm not sure whether you play it. If you don't, it's probably best you don't play. If you do play, you probably know where I'm coming from.
But you do have an assistant right now. You have an assistant.
Yeah, we do.
You out.
Yeah, Ryan's the new assistant. Yeah. He's literally everything all put into one. We'll have to get someone else. Let's see how it goes. Last night we were actually managing them in real life the way we were doing things. It's honestly gas. So I have to play well for him now. But Rahil, thanks for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Everyone, please like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's a big red button. Hit the notification bell beside it. Thumbs up button. We're not far away from 400 subscribers. So the more subscribers we have, the more content we can get. And again, follow us on all our socials. Type in It's the United Way, and you'll get all the best content from It's the United Way. Rahil, everyone, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.